Ever felt the comforting warmth of a hot shower after a long day? Truth is, your water heater is the real hero behind those blissful moments. But imagine this, the pilot light on your conventional water heater decides to take a time out, leaving you in a cold water predicament. But don't worry, rekindling that flame is a simple task for most homeowners, and we're about to show you how to relight your water heater's pilot light. We'll go over each of the steps in detail, so by the end of this video, you'll feel confident knowing you can relight a pilot light and be able to help your water heater produce hot water for you and your family. For over 15 years, we've become water heater experts after servicing countless homes across Los Angeles and the surrounding areas. At Monkey Wrench, our technicians are certified and have plenty of years of experience with relighting pilot lights, which is something many homeowners can accomplish on their own, but a certified technician can also do it for you if you experience any trouble. We'll also make sure to include chapters in the description below so that you can jump back and forth as you need to. Hey, if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing as we're constantly adding new videos on all things plumbing, heating, and air. Now, let's jump in. Although there's multiple water heater brands, most conventional water heaters have similar instructions for relighting a pilot light. Let's start with step number 1, turn the gas valve off. Conventional water heaters with pilot lights are fueled by natural gas, so the first step is to locate and shut the gas valve off. Gas lines are usually yellow and easy to distinguish from water lines. When approaching the gas valve, pay attention to any lingering odors you may pick up on. If you smell a strong gas smell or even a rotten egg smell, you could have a gas or carbon dioxide leak. Gas leaks are dangerous and may also be why the pilot light went out. It's highly recommended to contact SoCal Gas to report the gas leak so it can be attended to immediately. If you don't smell any gas, then proceed to shut the gas valve off. Pilot light control is usually on the bottom of the tank, outside or behind an access panel. You may need a flathead screwdriver to open up the panel. Depending on where the water heater is stored, you may need a flashlight to see the panel. Once it's shut off, wait at least 5 minutes to allow any remaining gas to evaporate before moving on to the next step. Step 3. Set the gas regulator valve to the pilot position. If the gas regulator is a knob, turn and set it to the pilot position. If the conventional water heater has a switch instead of a knob, set it to pilot position. Regardless of the layout, the water assembly should have pilot written on it, so it's easy for anyone to identify where to set it. But a few people have reported their knob being too hard to turn. You may need to use pliers or contact a technician for further assistance setting the assembly to the pilot position. After setting the pilot light position, you'll need to complete a few more steps before it's relit again. Depending on the pilot light assembly, you may need to push and hold the knob once it's set to the pilot position. If the assembly is a switch, then there's usually a button you can press and hold down. Holding down the knob or button allows gas to enter into the pilot tube. The tube also provides a constant supply of gas to the igniter to keep the flame on. As you hold down the button or knob, you will next activate the ignition to start the relighting process. With one hand pressing the knob or button supplying gas, the free hand presses the igniter button to start the burner. A conventional water heater's burner assembly usually has an igniter button near the pilot light assembly. Alternatively, some older conventional water heaters may not have an igniter button on the assembly. A long barbecue lighter is needed to help provide a flame to the burner. If your current water heater has this setup, it may be time to consider replacing an old unit with a new conventional water heater, especially if you don't see any flame lit up. Simultaneously holding the pilot light knob and igniter button should produce a flame. You'll need to release the pilot light knob and then visually check if there's a flame burning. Some conventional water heaters have an indicator light that turns on once a flame is present. Whether it has it or not, it's still recommended to confirm there's a flame lit up. If you see the flame is lit up, the conventional water heater has a heating source again. The final step is to turn the gas regulator knob or switch from pilot position to on. Once it's set, you can adjust the conventional water heater's thermostat to the desired temperature of the hot water. After a few minutes, you can test if your home has hot water by turning on a hot water fixture and letting the hot water run for about 5 minutes. On the other hand, if you don't see a flame produced after releasing the gas control knob, you will need to repeat steps 4, 5, and 6 to see if the flame lights up. If you still don't see a flame after repeating the process, it's recommended that you contact a water heater technician for further diagnostics. There could be a couple of reasons why your conventional water heater's pilot light isn't lighting up, but only a certified technician can determine the root cause after an inspection. What to do if the pilot light turns off again? Once it's lit, the pilot light should stay on again. If it goes off, you now have the steps to relight the pilot light successfully. If the pilot light turns off repeatedly, it's best to contact a technician to inspect the water heater. If you found any of the info in this video valuable, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe as we're constantly adding new videos every week.